which is why I want this month's topic to be all about spirit guides, our personal relationship with spirit guides, and then more importantly, your potential client's relationship with spirit guides. Now, if you've ever had a session with me, you know that in the beginning, one of the first things that I say out loud is, I call upon the presence of all masters, teachers, angels, and guides. My intention in that statement is to make the doors of energy feel as wide open as possible. If my client has an affiliation with an angel, that topic is covered. If they have an ascended master, an ancestor, I want to make sure that whatever terminology, whatever belief system, whatever makes them feel connected to the universe, they feel safe to have that experience. The idea being that when we start the session, we want to tune into their vibration, how they experience energy, how they experience something sacred. Now, the way that I'm going to teach you about spirit guides is not written in stone. This is not the absolute law on this topic. I want to show you how I teach students and clients to engage in spirit guide energy and how it works and manifests for me. So in my opinion, there are three forms in which a spirit guide may make their presence known. The first form is what I call the familiar presence. Now, one of the first spiritual books that I read was by an author named Rosemary Altea. She's a medium from the UK. And she would talk about her journey with her spirit guide that was Native American, and she would give great details of what he looked like and a feather headdress. And by the end of that book, I was obsessed with having a Native American spirit guide, like obsessed with it. But I would find it interesting that every meditation group that I went to, at least half of the group would say that they had a Native American spirit guide. Half of the group would say, well, I have a Native American spirit guide, and I have a Native American spirit guide. And I would sit and think, well, does everybody have a Native American spirit guide? How is that possible? This is what I have come to understand with the familiar phase. The universe, much like a shapeshifter, is going to take on a face, an image, or an idea that you associate with spirituality, that you associate with something very sacred, that you associate with something very holy. So the familiar phase is the universe going through your brain like a card catalog, and they're looking for images and sounds and smells and sensations that you associate with spirituality, and then they take physical form. Because we are human beings. So when I look at you, I'm looking at your hair color, I'm looking at what you're wearing, I'm listening to the sound of your name. That's how we associate identity and personality. And so the universe will create shapes and sounds and vibrations to meet us halfway. So when your client says, my great-grandmother comes to me, or a star person comes to me, or a Native American guide comes to me, or Kami-sama comes to me, this is the familiar phase. This, in my opinion, is the universe extending themselves and coming in an image that makes this person feel connected. During that period of time where I was obsessed with having a Native American guide, I would have dreams where I would see a Native American guide, and then it would turn into a ball of color, and then it would turn into another image and another image. And I would ask, why do you keep changing? And the universe would say, we'll come in whatever name, shape, or image you want us to. The second form that spirit guides will present themselves is what I'm calling the team. I started having this sensation during sessions like there was like a half circle group of people behind me. And it would all sound like they were sort of speaking in one voice, but I could feel a group of people or several people in the room when I was working with clients. I would also start saying things like they are telling me versus I feel and I say about midway through the session. And this is clients pointing this out. They would lean in and say, who are they? You keep saying they are telling me, they are showing me. I also think this is the energy where the universe starts getting creative. I think for Japanese culture, this is easier to understand because all gods are understood, all gods are welcome, but you might see different belief systems, different imagery coming in within the team. You can get inquisitive and ask which members of the team are for what. Maybe one's for healing, maybe one's for abundance, maybe one is for something else. But this idea that they are supported by a group, that there are multiple paths to the universe, that there are multiple ways to learn and understand energy. Now, form 3 that spirit guides present themselves, and this is where I think I am right now with my relationship with spirit guides, is what I'm calling oneness. Then when we go to oneness, it's like the floodgates of love and light and information all just open up into one. We get to oneness. This is just my opinion, my perspective. It's as if I've released physical form. I'm no longer trying to categorize. We are all together. It doesn't matter if it's man or woman, if they speak Japanese or English or French, if they are Jewish or if they are Muslim or if they are Buddhist. We release all of those things that we sort of divide ourselves with, and we just come to the essence that every single being is an extension of light. When I'm experiencing oneness, this is where I almost forget what I'm saying. It just flows naturally. I'm not insecure, I'm not nervous, I'm not being cautious about what words I'm selecting. It's just energy begins to flow. And you'll see versions of this in so many different bodies of work. Like, let's take Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. A lot of people will ask, who is Abraham? And typically the description is, well, Abraham is a group of consciousness. We're giving you one name because that's what human beings do. My name's Dougal. My name's Sarah. We give each other one name, but technically it's a group of consciousness. So this month, what I'd like you to be looking at with yourself and with your clients is, what do you feel when you're in meditation, and what do you feel in the presence of your client? Does one particular entity feel like it's in the room? Does it feel like a team? Are you feeling that sense of oneness?